everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer. Today we are playing with some new makeup. I'm going to be throwing in some oldies but goodies, but I've got a couple of new products here that are new to the market and one product that I have never used before and thought I would try it out. So if you're interested in seeing that, just stay tuned. So hi guys, today we're going to start with brows. I don't have my brows done. I usually have my brows done because I hate doing my brows. But we're going to be trying out the new Gucci pencil. So this is the waterproof pencil, and they do not have it in the shade Auburn, which is an oversight on their part. But I will forgive them because I love their original pencil so much. So let me show you the difference between this new pencil. You can see it's got that triangular tip. It's very tiny. And their old pencil, which this is a new one that I haven't started using yet because I've been whittling down my old one. You can see much thicker. And I'll show you them together. So the old one is, of course, a pencil that you have to sharpen. The new one is a twist up, has a twist mechanism in the middle. They both have spoolies on the end. New one has a smaller spoolie. So the thing I would say that I notice first, of course, was the fact that they don't have Auburn. The shade that I picked up was Châtain. I think that's how you pronounce it. Probably not, but I'm probably somewhat close. And that shade in the pencil was way too dark for me. But in this waterproof pencil, I think it's going to be okay. So this is the Auburn shade in the original pencil. And then we'll do the Châtain next to it. I don't know if it won't be perfect, but I think it's the closest that they have because they don't have an Auburn. Okay, so let me bring you in a little closer and we'll try it on the brows. All right, let me pull my hair back. And I realized that in a lot of my videos lately, I've had this shirt on. I looked at the videos, I was like, it's the same shirt. It's not like I'm wearing the same shirt every day. I do wash it. I just don't get to I don't have that many days where I film. And it's just been really dreary and depressing out. And so I've been reaching for this particular shirt lately. So sorry about that, guys. Once we get into the fall, I'll have more of a repertoire of clothes that I will be wearing. You'll also notice my skin is still breaking out a little bit. This little friend right here. It's so new to me. It's so odd that I'm not even upset about it. I'm just kind of like, wow, that's different. I'm going to use a spoolie on the old one just to push up the brows, just to get them up. And then let's try out this triangular shaped pencil. Now, I don't want to put it up too much because these do break when they're this thin. And I would say, the positives for something like this would be that you get a very thin line, which is nice. The drawback is, of course, that they don't have Auburn and that it would take you longer because you're drawing, the lines take longer to do. With a pencil that's more powdery, you can fill in more. So you want to use this more for your detail work, if you will. So let me do that, and I'll do it on each brow, and then we'll come back and I'll tell you what I think. Okay, so we've got the brows on. I'm just going in with the little spoolie. I'd say that this is a really good pencil. It gives a much, finer line. You can do more detailed work with it. The fact that it's waterproof is great. I think it looks really good and was really easy to use. My only issue with it is that it doesn't come in Auburn. So this shade it's not bad for me. It matches my natural color pretty well, but it it doesn't match my hair shade. So it's not bad. I still like the pencil, the original pencil better. I can see why someone would pick this up. It's a good pencil. It's very detailed. You can do really thin lines. It works really well. It looks really nice. The fact that it's waterproof is great. I just wish it had my shade. Okay, so now I'm gonna use a bronzer that I haven't pulled out in a while. This is the Sicily, this is the Phyto Touche bronzer, the Sun Glow Bronzing Gel Powder. This is a baked gelée product. It's a really pretty bronzer. The thing about this bronzer is it's a little deep for me. Not terribly, but a little bit. And it's definitely got some warmth to it. But I do like it. It looks really nice on the skin. These types of products, they go on like a powder, but they kind of meld with your skin over time. They did a beautiful job with this bronzer. It is one of my favorites. It's just that I tend to go with a cooler, lighter bronzer most of the time. But if you're gonna do bronzer and warm up your face, I guess, you know, do it in the summer. So, and when I do a deeper bronzer like this one, I kind of sweep it, like I concentrate on the parts that I want to bronze, but then I kind of sweep it all over, just whatever's left, because my skin is so pale that if I don't do that, it can look too stark. So I contour-ish up here, kind of go over my cheekbones, a little bit over my eyes, and then around the sides of my face. And then I just take a little bit, whatever's left, and kind of brush it on my face a little bit so that it doesn't look so stark. I don't always do that, but it tends to work better if I do that. Okay, so let's take the blush. This is the Tom Ford Shade Illuminate blush. I did a video on these, I think this is last week, and this one is Brazen Rose. Now, I've had these blushes for quite some time, and you can probably tell in my video because when I do the video, it seems a little outdated, and it is a little outdated because I recorded it like a month ago, and they still aren't released, or at least as I'm filming this, they still aren't released. So I'm not really sure when they're going to release, but I finally was just at the point where I was like, you know what, we've all waited long enough. I'm just going to show you guys the blushes. They are really pretty blushes. You can blend them together. The video that I did, I showed each shade, what they would look like by themselves. This one's my favorite of the three I have. Again, this is Brazen Rose. And what I tend to do is take the deeper shade. They are pigmented. They're not as pigmented as the original. Well, I shouldn't say original. As the single Tom Fords that I've had before. But they are pigmented. And then I put on the deeper shade. This is the lightest in shade and pigment that I have of the three. The other two are deeper shades. I have seen on camera, I have seen online, then I take the lighter shade. I have seen online the other shades, but I have not seen them in person. So I really can't comment on the entire line. I can only comment on the ones I have. But this Brazen Rose, I love this particular blush. It's great for me. The pigment's really beautiful. It goes on really well. It stays all day. I just really like it. Okay, so I know I wanted to do the Auric. Been loving the Auric. This is Morganite. I did a video on this, and I've also done videos with the Morganite in it. Not necessarily dedicated to the Morganite, but to the Auric product, but really like this product. I think it's really well done, especially for her first product. I mean, that's just amazing. And this is the reformulated shade of Morganite. I guess the original shade that came out earlier this year that I was not able to get my hands on was deeper in intensity, and this one is lighter. This works perfect for me. I absolutely love it. I should be calling it by its real name, which is Glow Lust. I keep calling it the Auric product. Glow Lust and in Morganite. So if you're able to get your hands on it and you're pale like I am, the Morganite is beautiful. It's absolutely stunning. And the formula is just amazing. I did like I said, I did a video on it. I'll make sure it's linked, but really impressed. Really impressed with the formula and the way that it works. Okay, let me show you the Laura Mercier products. These are eye sticks, the Caviar eye sticks. By Terry has them. Everybody has these. Bobby Brown has these. I'm trying to think. They're just, I mean, a lot of people have them. I picked up 3 shades. Let's see. And it's kind of hard to see on them. Okay, so Strike a Rose, which is like a pinky rose gold. Let's Strike a Rose. We have Forbidden Rose, which has more of a terracotta almost. And then we have Kiss from a Rose, which is a very light pink. Those are the 3 shades that I picked up. Now, I think a lot of you are going to ask, you know, you're not really into pinks. Why did you pick up the Rose Gold collection? One of the reasons I did is that I actually like these types of Caviar sticks by Terry, Laura Mercier, and others. They're really easy to use in the summer. They're great for travel. They're great if you're going to like a beach location, because once you put these things on, they do not move. They are, in my opinion, humidity resistant. So it's been weird here in New England. It's been weird throughout the country, the world, wherever you're watching from. The weather has been strange. And we've had 105-degree days and then 2 to 3 weeks of rain. And I don't mean just like rain, I mean downpours every day. We're now supposedly getting out of that next week, and it's going to be in the 70s and 80s and not pouring. We'll see. It hasn't happened yet. But it is extremely humid, and it's extremely humid in our house. It's extremely humid outside. It's extremely humid. So I just decided, you know what? I would try these. I like rose gold shades as long as they're not, I don't want an overwhelming amount of pink, but I liked these. I thought they looked pretty. And I do have a number of these types of sticks already. I have the Laura Mercier ones. I have the By Terry ones. I'm trying to think of the others. I have others and I can't, the names aren't coming to me right now. But so I thought this would be good for me to do like just an easy, I don't have to worry about it smudging. I don't have to worry about it at all. The downside of these is the same as the upside. Once you put them on, they don't move. And they're kind of like the Danessa Myricks cream shadows. They dry down really fast. So you got to be quick. If you're not quick, yeah, it's a problem. So I'm going to use the Forbidden Rose. I'm going to put it on my eye, and then I'm going to use Kiss from a Rose kind of like in the center once it dries down a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a brush. I think I'm going to grab the soft concealer from Sonia G. This is the brush that I used, the I think it was Sydney Grace, or did I use Danessa Myricks? I can't remember, but similar kind of thing. It dries down super fast. So I'm going to put these on really quickly, and then I'm just going to smudge them into my eye. I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to do it, because if I stop and talk to you guys, I'm not going to be able to do this right. Okay, there we go. And then I'm just going to let that sit for a minute, because it'll dry down and then I won't be able to move it. So if I give it a second, I'll just let it do that. Yeah, these are great. And I really, like I said, I really do enjoy these for humid weather, but it's one of those things, you have to put it down and then move quickly, or it just doesn't work. And if you want to build them up, you absolutely can. So you see what I have on my eyes right now. I could take, let's put a little bit more here, and I'll use my finger this time. The reason I don't like to use my finger is because I don't get as much accuracy. That's all. You know, my fingers are too fat to make sure it's like how I want it, and I can do more with a brush. But I mean, it's fine. You could use your fingers as well. Just make sure that you do it, like I said, quickly, because Once you wait, you're not gonna fix it. Okay, so we have that on the eye, and then I'm gonna take, like I said, the Kiss from a Rose, which is the very light shade, and I'm just gonna use that in the middle of the eye, of the eyelid, over this, and I'm just gonna go with my finger and go over it. And that's it. It's a really simple look. I know that. It's not particularly complicated. You know, it didn't take different brushes and a whole lot of time. But in my opinion, that's kind of what you need when you're at the beach, you're on vacation, you're running around, you're traveling, whatever it is. In the summer anyway, for me, this is just an easy way for me to, it's just an easy way for me to do my makeup. And I'm just like out the door. It's like, I'm done. And I just think, you know, it's a really pretty look. I actually think these shades look really nice. And I like I said, the Caviar sticks, the eye sticks. I've used them before. And these shades, if you're a rose gold lover, or if you're like Aileen from Amar's Beauty, you're gonna love these because they are really pretty. So we're gonna use the Suku eyeliner brush. This brush, this shade is the gray blue shade. I think it has a name, but I don't remember what it is. Nuance eyeliner in 103. I don't remember the name, but it has a name, but it's 103. And it's this grayish blue shade. It's really pretty. And it was out of stock for quite some time. It's available on Selfridges, and it's back in stock. And it's a really good liquid eyeliner. It goes on really easily. You don't have a lot of fuss with it. If you're looking for a good liquid liner, this one it's really good. It's really easy to use. It's a great liner. I saw that Natasha Denona came out with a liquid liner. That'll be interesting. I don't use liquid liners very much. I used to use them more when I was younger. I feel like now that I'm older, I tend to go for a softer look with my liner. I feel like I like a liner that I can kind of smudge out because I feel like it looks more appealing because my eyes are older and it looks softer. That doesn't mean though that, just because you're older, you shouldn't use a liquid liner. If you like a liquid liner, you like liquid liner, and this is a good one. My favorite is the Tom Ford. I actually love that liquid liner. I just picked it up during the Nordstrom sale. It was part of a set. But like I said, I don't wear liquid liners often, but this one is very good. And if you can get your hands on it, it's a really great shade because it's unusual. It's like you saw a light pale gray, has a bluish undertone to it. It's an unusual shade, and it's nice. It's soft. One of the reasons I tend not to go towards liquid liners, like I said, it's not as, to me, it doesn't feel like it's as soft a look. It looks a little bit more harsh. I think also in my mind, a lot of times it's a black liner. A lot of people use like a black liquid liner, and I just generally don't do that. But this soft bluish gray, I just think is really pretty. Really like it. So the next product is a product that is not new, but it is new to me. This is the Pillow Talk Plush Up Lashes. Now I got a sample of it. This is not the full size, but I don't think I'm gonna love this. I shouldn't get ahead of myself. I don't think I'm gonna love this because of the brush. And it's the reason I didn't buy the product in the first place. If you've watched my channel before, you'll know I have problems with spiky brushes. I recognize that it's user error. I know that people can do these and it can look really good, and it's my fault. Like I know people have been like, well, maybe you should, yeah, I got it. I should be better at it, but I'm not. So I don't want to buy things that won't work for me. So like I said, I don't think this is gonna be the mascara for me, but I also felt like, well, I got a sample of it and I should try it because, it would be unfair of me to just judge it without using it. So I am trying it as we speak. I will say right now that it does get every lash. It's like, it's separating and it's getting every lash, but I don't like the brush. And again, it's just because it's a spiky brush. And to me, I just feel like I'm going to poke myself at any moment. It's probably because I don't have enough patience. Like, you have to be patient. It's one of the reasons I don't like doing my brows, because you have to be patient, because you have to draw in hairs, and you know, otherwise it just looks, it doesn't look right. It looks like one, you know, blob of color. You have to, you know, be patient and put the lines in, and it's just not something I enjoy doing, I guess. I don't know. That's why I'm going to get my brows microbladed. Yeah, this does get every lash, I'll tell you guys. I mean, if the spiky brush doesn't deter you, and that's not something that you have a problem with, then this is, I have to say, I mean, I'm just using it now, but it is working. Like, it's getting every little tiny lash that I have. And I'll show you in a minute, but I mean, I can even like feel it, like it's grabbing them. It's a really interesting brush because it's got like the shape is odd. I put it on my bottom lashes. Pretty much everything that's come out lately has been blush, so I've been trying like 7 million blushes, but not a lot of mascaras, so I figured we could incorporate a mascara that I hadn't tried. All right, let me take my hair down. I'll bring you guys in. You can take a look. All right, so hair is down. I think, you know, when I put my hair down, it does make a difference how the look comes together, because the hair closer to my face changes kind of how the shades work on me. But I think you can see that the mascara actually worked very well. Like, it lengthened, it grabbed every lash. It's actually not it actually looks nice. Again, the brush kills me, but it achieved what it said it was going to achieve. Let me bring you in close. So we're in close. I think you can see what I mean by the lashes. How it did get every lash. It did what it said it was going to do. I mean, it's a nice mascara. I just like the brush, but push up lashes. I mean, they are now. I don't know how well they'll stay up. My lashes are not curled. They're very straight, and I always use my Surratt curler to curl them. So keeping them up is an issue. Now, so the brows. Like I said, I think that this product is really good. The Gucci pencil, the waterproof pencil. I think the shade is probably the right shade for me, the châtain. So if you're looking for something, if you're also an auburn girl, for redhead girl, and you have a similar tone to mine, in other words, you're not strawberry blonde or something, this is probably the closest, the châtain, I think, because it's about right. But the thing is, it's so different than the auburn, because the auburn has much more of a warmth to it, and of course a red undertone, which this does not have. So it's not my favorite just because they don't have my shade. The product though works well, and I do like it. I'd be really interested, for those of you who have it and have it in different shades, whether you think another shade would work for me. Because there was like a soft blonde, and there was, I forget what the other shades were, but I was just trying to figure out, like, I know the darker shades, they were out, but like the blonde shades, I was like, it's hard to tell. So yeah, if someone else has it out there and they have another shade other than châtain that you think would work for me, let me know. And maybe they'll come out with it in auburn. That would be awesome. That'd be great. So the Tom Ford Shade Illuminate blush, I love this blush. I think it's really pretty. This is, like I said, my favorite shade, the Brazen Rose. If it ever comes out, if it's ever released, I would strongly recommend at least the shades that I have. I think they're really good. They wear really well. It looks beautiful on the skin. It's very smoothing. I don't have any issues with it. It's not as pigmented as the single blushes that he had before. So that's going to be an issue for people. I mean, I'm not looking for a pigmented blush, so for me it's fine. But it is a big change, in my opinion, than the one before. The mascara, I think it's actually good, and it lengthened. It looks really nice. I just hate the brush. The liner, the Suku liner is a great liner. If you can get it in that shade, the 103, it's a really pretty light gray blue, which I think is an unusual shade. And these Caviar sticks, these are great. I keep calling them Caviar sticks because that's what By Terry calls them. But this is also Caviar stick. Okay, I feel better. Caviar stick eye color. These are the rose gold ones. There was 6 shades, maybe 7. And I think these are really pretty. I think they look really nice on the eye. They are not, you know, over the top. There's not a tremendous amount of pigment necessarily. They're a little bit more sheer. You can build them up, but I mean, the idea is kind of like, you know, simple, easy. Put it on like I did today. When I travel, especially when I'm going to like a beach kind of thing, even if it's for work, these I think these work well for me because, like I said, they don't come off. They're easy to use. They're one and done. You can travel easily with these. So I have these actually in a lot of shades. All right, and last but not least, I'm going to use the Lisa Eldridge gloss. This I'm going to use in Muse, which is a shade that she had before. It's just one of my favorite shades from Lisa Eldridge. And the Muse gloss, one of my favorite glosses by Lisa Eldridge. I actually love all her glosses, but I really do love this shade. I do think this is a really easy to do, great summer look. I think these Caviar sticks are great year round, but they are especially fantastic, in my opinion, in the summer when it's humid. They go on, they stay on, they're easy to use. The Shade Illuminate blush, this shade especially, I really love. I think they did a good job. The Sisley bronzer, one of my favorites. I don't pull it out as much because it is a little deep for me, but I went really light with it, so that's how I usually use it. And the Gucci brow, I really like it. I think the product itself is good. It's just they don't have an auburn shade. Huge oversight from Gucci. The Auric Glow Lust, I'm loving that product. And the Pillow Talk lash, you know, guys, it actually did a good job. Like, it separated my lashes and it lengthened them. I just am not a fan of the brush, but I'm sure that's just me. I'm sure there's tons of people with no problem with the brush. So I think that's it for today, guys. Thanks so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you in another video really soon.